Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, and normally, as you know, it's a time of week when we talk to the people, our friends at Waterloo Records, to talk about the new music releases. But this is not an ordinary Tuesday. It's a very difficult one for our friends at Waterloo. Joining us now is Jesse Johnson, because we're talking about Esme Barrera. If you didn't know, she was part of the family over at Waterloo Records, so close that John and Patrick, who you know from the show, are in El Paso today for her funeral, right?
Yes, her funeral is today in El Paso, where she grew up. There's going to be a memorial in Austin for her this coming Sunday at 2 o'clock at Fiesta Gardens, I've heard. So I think about 10 people from Waterloo are in El Paso right now.
Wow. It really does speak volumes when you have people here who are traveling some 500 miles, to El Paso to go and be a part of, remembering her life in El Paso. You knew her, from your family, friends over at Waterloo Records. For those of us who didn't, how do you describe her? What kind of person was she?
Well, you did say family. That's a really good word. I mean, that's something we're all really feeling in touch with right now, is what a close-knit family we have at Waterloo. For Esme in particular, I think it's safe to say anyone that knew her felt like they knew her really well. She was just a very bright, open person, and just always a positive, enthusiastic, bright light in everyone's life that knew her.
Before we found out that she was an employee at Waterloo, we recognized you, in some of the video that we shot of when this all happened. You were going up to that little makeshift memorial and putting flowers. You're familiar with that neighborhood, and I had no idea, Jesse.
Yeah, I lived right there. It's a wonderful neighborhood full of wonderful people. It's always felt very safe. This feels like a very random attack, and I'm really hoping that people will take this as a time to be safe and just reassess what you do in your everyday life and look at ways to make your life safer.
As a woman and a mother,
Yes.
How does this make you feel that this happened literally right in your own backyard?
Yes, it does. It's very shocking. Is the big thing that keeps coming to mind, is the shock.
That it happened so close.
Yes, yes.
So at Waterloo, you guys are now trying to help this person who is still on the loose, probably I would say the most wanted man in Austin.
Yes, I want what Waterloo is wanting us to take a look again at this description. This person might not look exactly like the sketch. You may want to focus more on the behavior that we know from these crimes, anyone that's acting erratically. Let's look again at the hours these crimes were committed, mostly in the late night or early morning hours. So people working night shifts or those in the service industry should keep their eyes open. Most importantly, we have to remember that someone here in Austin knows the person responsible for this crime. This person has family, acquaintances, and yes, even friends. So I'm asking that person to look within and do the right thing. It's possible that the person responsible for the crime is watching, and I'm just asking. I can imagine the weight that this burden carries, and I beg you to come forward and free yourself from that burden and tell the truth about what happened that night.
Sometimes it takes a little extra push for people who might know who this person is. We've heard rumblings about some kind of reward. Is that still in the works?
Yes, Waterloo is starting a reward. So people can actually contribute to this reward so it can grow and grow. Okay. So we're going to offer a reward for any information leading to an arrest. That's going to be available on the Waterloo website, but we don't have it set up right now as most of our staff is in El Paso. So you can come into Waterloo and make donations right now. We have donation jars set up, but we'll also have a link on our website at waterloorecords.com. So anyone with the need to make a larger donation can email info@waterloorecords.com.
Okay.
And just we're asking people to call the tip line. We have the Crime Stoppers tip line, which is 472-TIPS.
And we will put all that information about the reward on our website at kxan.com so that we could make it easy for people out there to help out. I know it was difficult for you today, so I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
And you were very lucky to have known her.
Yes,
I know a lot of people.
we all feel very lucky.
All right, Jesse, thank you.
Thanks, Sally.